Good morning, everybody. My name is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Long time no see. I miss you. I miss you all. But I've been busy, and I have not been feeling well, and I've been a bit bummed out. And so now I'm getting everything all together. I don't handle change very well. I've discovered that. And no matter how bad I want something, I just need to find a way to grasp a hold of it and run with it, because if I don't, I can't settle in. So, that said, I've now done that. I've got my mind around what I need to have it around. I've got my head in the right place of now I can enjoy where I'm living. And yes, there was troubles coming in just because I wasn't being very cooperative even with Claudine, and I apologize to her for that. But it's just tough. So I'm so happy to be here, and some of the things that we needed to solve. Once I knew what I was going to do, it was good. I just needed to know what I was going to do. For example, the last few places we have lived, we have had a higher toilet than was here. And so I thought to myself, well, I can't get up or down properly, and what am I going to do? Well, that's pretty easy to solve. You talk to the landlord and say, can I put a high toilet in? And he says yes, and you do that. So we went and bought a toilet. We have to make sure it's the right size. We have brought it home, and we're going to put it in place. I'm going to check that it's the right height, because they say it's one height, but it doesn't look that height. So I'm going to check it. And if it's the right height, we will have it then put in. And then if it's not the right height, we'll put what's called a toilerator or toilevator on the bottom. It's instead of raising the top, you raise from the bottom. It's like a little ceramic part of the toilet that is added to it. But we hope that we don't have to do that. We hope we just have to do the one thing. But we'll do whatever we have to do to make that work. So that will take a couple of days to get sorted out. We do have the toilet now, and we just have to get that installed. Then the other thing was the shower. It is a lovely shower, but it's quite small. And I didn't have a small little stool to put inside. I had a larger rectangle stool. And so therefore, once I realized that I didn't have a room with the rectangle stool in there, then I realized, well, I could put a round stool in, and I would have no problems with that. So I'm in the shopping mood for that. In the meantime, we had to use something to have the facilities work while we're waiting for that. And I said to Claudine, we have to get something. And so we went and bought a hospital commode. If you're sick, they put it by your bed. And so we put that in there so that I have something in the meantime until the other toilet's ready. So I hate potty talk. Here I am potty talking. Anyway, so that was what was going on with that. And then the wheelchair I have, we have to keep in mind, I weighed an awful lot more when I got that wheelchair. And so therefore, that wheelchair was extra wide. Well, the hallways here are extra narrow. So we went down and bought me a new wheelchair. And the wheelchair is considerably smaller, but then so am I. So I weighed the other day. I weigh in the first of every month. And Claudine's quite concerned, so I have to try and gain a little bit of weight back. I've lost 153 pounds since October 2020. So that's a lot of weight in a fairly short time. And I'm down at 137 now. It started at 291. So there's quite a bit of difference. If you look back at my first videos, you'll see I was quite a bit heavier. Anyway, but because I've lost so much weight, I'm able to get a smaller wheelchair, which can now take me up and down the hall. Once I get my hip completely rehabbed, I'm hoping to not need to use the wheelchair up and down the hall. I'm hoping to be able to do things, but I don't need to fall anymore. We know I've had enough falls. Don't need to do that anymore. So I'm going to do my best to stay on my feet, and I'll use the wheelchair as long as I have to. But like I said, I would like to do that. My hip is really done. Oh, look at this. Sorry, things around. My hip has done really well, like really well. I thought it would take a lot longer after I took that second fall on it, and I am shocked at how well it has done. So my hip is healing really well. My wrist, not as much. My head, neck, not as much. But still, not bad, not bad. And I'm quite happy with what's going on. Now, let's see, what else? We got to the point today when we were doing things up that we were able to get a load of laundry done. I could not believe what happened the other night. Just, Claudine feels absolutely terrible. She is very, very good about locking her doors of her car and checking. And with everything that's been going on, she must have forgot to check the door of her car. And unfortunately, somebody rifled through her car and stole the remote control for the garage, went into the garage and stole the landlord's tools. Rifled through some of our boxes. Thankfully didn't take the scooters, but Claudine feels just horrible. Horrible. That man has done so much here and so much work. And people have no respect for other people's things, and it's very disheartening when somebody does something like that. But anyway, there was nothing much we could do other than really apologize. And I don't know why people would do something like that. Like, it's none of their business what we have or don't have. They have no right to go into somebody else's things. And anyway, we can't do anything about it. But so that's what was going on there. And now we're getting settled in. We're settled in. My bedroom is done, other than taking care of those couple of things. The lounge room, we put Bill's computer and television and lounger chair in there. And I'm going to put a table in so I can do a puzzle in there. And I'm going to pick up another small little, not lounging chair, but like a decorative chair. I'm going to put a decorative chair in there so that if I want to go in and do a puzzle or watch TV when Bill's doing something, I can. And then we're going to put a matching decorative chair out for Bill in the living room. But see, out in the living room, he won't be able to do the television or whatever. Claudine has a TV, but she doesn't watch TV much, so he'll be doing his television watching down in that lounge. She's got a lovely big dining room table, a lovely table there, and so I think that's going to be very comforting to have family dinners around that. The animals are all settling in, getting used to us. We're getting used to them, and they are loving being here. And so, let's see, what else can I tell you? I've missed everybody. I really have. I miss talking to everybody, miss knowing what's going on with everybody's lives. I haven't had a chance to do very much video watching or anything because I've been so busy. So I will try to get caught up on everything. But if I don't comment, please, just understand that I'm just trying to get caught up and still keep the household going. I think I've decided that the first thing I want to cook in this new kitchen, it's a beautiful kitchen, and the first thing I want to cook is a nice pot of stew. I haven't had a stew for a while, and I want to make a nice pot of stew. And I don't know when it'll be, but it will be in the next few days. Ivy and Cole are coming over tomorrow to hook up this television for Claudine. And so we'll have a little visit with Ivy, which is going to be nice, and Cole will help Claudine out by doing that. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm just prattling on, and whatnot, but I did want to say I'm glad to be back. I'm going to be here more often, but I'm still going to be a couple of days, so it'll be a couple more days before I really do a video. I'm not going to turn you around and see everything because, as you can tell, we haven't put anything up or done whatever. We're going to put command hooks up because we don't want to make any holes in these beautiful walls. So we're going to put command hooks up, and so we'll have to go one of these days and pick those up. And other than that, that's about where we're at. Okay, and I will give you all a tour once I got my stuff together. All right, have a good night, everybody.